Hello friends, hello, and welcome to this card reading for the week of July the 9th. We start off the week with a last quarter moon, and this week is all about remembering who you are, focusing on what you can control, staying in your power, and being confident on your journey. This card came out this morning, and after I've just recorded the weekly energy story for the week ahead, and that's over on the podcast. And so I'm interested to see how the cards play into the messages we got from Spirit for the weekly story. But I feel like this card pretty much, after I heard that channeling, and I drew this card this morning, I think this is for all of us this week. The Two of Air. This is the Vision Quest Tarot, and I am going to read from the book. There are certain teaching decks that I do read from the book from because I think the messages are very powerful and really important. And some of these decks, you know, this Two of Swords is not typically about inner peace. It's kind of more about, you know, usually about being at a crossroads and not being able to see your way forward, which in a sense kind of is the energy of this week of July the 9th, because once we hit the new moon on 7/17, once the nodes shift to Aries and Libra, and then there's an activation point with a Grand Cross later on in the week, it's going to be a whole different story of your life starting to unfold. So this week of the 9th is all about remembering how far you've come. And because there could be what we call in the twin flame journaling catalysts, people that, it doesn't have to be a partner, but people or situations that are sent to kind of push you to grow spiritually. There could be those types of situations or those types of people coming back into your life this week to give one last little nudge at you to try and trigger you. It's not really to try and trigger you, it's to let you see how far you've come with all the work you've been doing on yourself in terms of boundaries and personal protection. Like, I'm not gonna let anybody mess with my good feeling vibes. So it's a week of personal power, if you choose to see it that way. If you stay high vibe and you choose to see it from the higher perspective rather than, oh my God, this a-hole or whatever is coming to trigger me again, or this dang situation, I can't seem to get past it. It keeps coming back up. I thought I was done with it. So obviously these are messages for everyone listening that finds this information. And I may be a little bit sniffly today. I'm very close to Canada in the North Dakota area, and there's been a lot of Canadian smoke in the air hanging around where I live, and it just causes scratchy throat and sniffly. Two of Air from the Vision Quest Tarot. The inner message is, you are ready to find peace by diving into the silence inside you. This very moment reveals that the inner silence never leaves you. Even though your external being changes and renews itself constantly, the silent space of inner peace remains unaffected. You just have to remember this space, and it opens up for you. It is now possible to finally put a difficult situation to rest. Seize this opportunity. Prolonging the conflict won't solve it. Go for a loving settlement instead. Your newfound inner harmony causes outer circumstances to find their own way of settling, and much more peacefully and beautifully than you could have contrived. So I think this is a message of giving it to Source, giving it to your angels, your guides, whatever. If you feel like something's come to disrupt your inner peace, rather than trying to go yang against it and fight against it, go yin. Go within, go for peace, go for that divine feminine energy. Give the situation to Source to handle on your behalf, and just stay in that place of inner peace and inner power. You are going to find that your spidey senses are heightened this week, in addition to this other situation they're saying. So you could feel extra sensitive and feel like, you know, something's out to get you, when it's just a combination of the energies in the astrology and in the energetic field of the planet right now. It's causing, you know, it's causing all this stuff to come up. So, like I said, in the energy story for this week, if anything, we do these readings to help you understand what's going on, what the energies are that might be coming up for you. And hopefully when the situation, if it does arise, they're saying, oh, it will, then you remember these little readings or the stories that we do on the podcast, and you remember like, oh yeah, I remember she, or not even just me, like anybody you're listening to, like any reader, any energy update or whatever, like, oh yeah, I remember so-and-so said this. Remember, oh yeah, that's why this is happening. Okay, so it's not anything weird. I'm not off my path. Nothing's happening. You know, it's not a problem. I'm safe. I'm secure. All is well. My dreams are still manifesting. Just stay in my power. I remember what she said. She said, stay in my power. Go yin instead of yang. So yang might be like confronting someone, starting an argument, or if they're starting the argument, you jump in and you get this impulsive energy, because that is in the energetics this week too, a strong energy of internal and external communication with this waning crescent moon going into this full moon. So there could be this strong impulse to like jump in there and like go head to head or toe to toe or whatever with somebody. It's like, no, remember, go yin. Go yin, go soft and feminine. Even if you're a masculine, step back. That means step back, step away, step away. I'm not going to engage with this person. And you can do it in a kind way. You don't have to ignore them and walk off, but you can be like, you know what, I'm not going to engage in this, or whatever it is, whatever your style is in the moment. It's just, the thing is, remember not to like go in with guns blazing, right? And then like get away from that energy. Step outside, go take a nature walk or a meditative walk. That did come up in the reading as well this week. I've got another new deck we're going to play with. This is the Lunar Eclipse Tarot. I've been wanting a pink deck. It's got little rose gold, very cute, very cute. It's definitely my twin flame tarot deck from my perspective, but we're going to see what messages are for everybody here, and maybe that is messages for twin flames. We'll see what we've got coming out. We've got in the reverse the Six of Pentacles. Now I read reversals as like a very important message, like an exclamation point of the reading, something to really take note of. And my Six of Pentacles card is my Bringers of the Light card. This is, you know, this is our when you get nervous, focus on service card. If you don't know what to do, give back to, if you don't know what to do, like if you're caught up in this situation, you're like, dang, I don't know what to do. It's making you nervous. It's bringing you out of your comfort zone. It's, you know, it's really starting to irritate you. Then you've got some options. Number one, if this person is kind of in your face, it sounds like it's going to be people that are coming up in that situation, but this situation, this person is in your face. Remember your superpowers, the love within your heart, the divine love that comes from source, the power of forgiveness, compassion and understanding, seeing something from someone else's viewpoint, even if you don't agree with them or the situation, understanding and seeing things from the higher picture, what I call the 5D or the bigger perspective. This person, this situation, this soul kind of signed up for this before they incarnated. This is their role, to be here to bother you, so to speak, to trigger you, to help you spiritually grow. Forgiveness, compassion, gratitude for this person. And sometimes it doesn't work to say it to these people's faces, right? Like, oh, I'm so grateful for you in this moment. I forgive you. Sometimes you have to do that on the 5D with their higher self. Cut the cords and let things go. Okay, sometimes if you try to say it to their face, they're like, yeah, it just fuels the fire even more. And it's best to just, like Master Ko says in the Art of Psychic Self-Defense class that they teach in pranic healing, that the best psychic protection is non-reaction. Not letting that person in to bother you and to trigger you anyway. Because when you do, I love how he says, he's like, you can wear tons and tons of crystals and have 100 shields around you, but once you let that person in, once they've triggered you and they've gotten your goat, so to speak, then all of those crystals and shields and stuff have no power anymore, because you've opened the door to allowing yourself to be taken for this ride that you might not want to be taken on. So your inner peace is your superpower this week. Your knowledge of how you work with, that's my son in the background. Oh, why does he always goes off when I'm trying to like film something? It's so funny. Inner peace is your superpower, okay, this week. I think it's going to be like a short but sweet message, because you've got to stay alert with what's happening this week. And when these things come up, they keep coming back to this. It's like, remember what she said, or remember my spiritual, all the things I've learned, all the notches of my belt that I've learned during this spiritual journey. Remember that. Remember, this is nothing. Because these people's energy, we talked about in the energy story, that their energy can be like, is it Pigpen from Charlie Brown? Like the kid that has that always walks around with like the dust cloud, the kid that always had the dust cloud around them. These people's energy can almost instantaneously bring you down out of a high vibe, because they've got so much crap in their auric field. It just somehow pulls you in like some sort of tsunami, and you have to remember who you are when they're not around, and stay up there as best you can. And sometimes for me that means like walking away very, very regularly from the situation or the person. Like, okay, I can spend some time with this person and keep very high vibe without getting pulled into their stuff. And then I have to go outside, or I have to go to my, go meditate, or I have to go watch something that brings my vibe back up again, because it can become like a roller coaster ride in your auric field. So we're going to draw one last card. This is from the Oracle of Light and Dreams. You've got some homework to do this week, which is stay in your power. Remember who you are. Let's get one last card for my friends watching. I don't know what it is about this week that this is happening. What is it? They're saying there's something about it. Yeah. Okay, we got two cards. We got Seabed, card number 12, which breaks down to a 3. And then we've got Moonstruck, which is also a 3 card. So you're not in this alone. This has come out before too. You're not on this ride alone. If you need help from your guides to help you make it through this, whatever it is, then ask for help. This Seabed card is all about retreat, resting, relaxing, the comfort and the coziness. Like, remember all the things you love that bring you, from my empaths and my highly sensitive people. It may be the cozy blankets and the warm fuzzy socks and the, I don't know, guys, what highly sensitive people, my highly sensitive masculines, I don't know, is it warm fuzzy socks and Cointreau? Oh, somebody's Cointreau, warm fuzzy tequila shots, I don't know. And Moonstruck, this new moon is really already starting to be felt this coming week with this Moonstruck card. This is also another card about this is a card too about Go Yin, the lunar energy, staying in this divine feminine, in the divine feminine power, and not being so quick to get fired up this week. So this feels like a very important week, although it feels, I don't know, it feels like be passive, not active in the energy. That doesn't mean you're not going to be getting things accomplished in the physical world, but just remember who you are. Remember these messages for the week ahead, and you will come out with flying colors, ready to begin again on the 7/17. It's all good. So So we will see you all again soon. Take care.